Freeman and Clint with Clint Speaks, and we're back in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, what it do? What's going on, y'all?
Back on the block like
Hey, what's going on?
We back. Nikki, on that note, Nikki asked what's going on. What's been going on in this last year, man?
So first of all, we want to take a moment out to say happy 1 year anniversary to Clint Speaks podcast.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Woo! I got the cup.
Clint Speaks has been hanging in there for 1 year. You got a cup? I got my racetrack cup. You know, I always got my racetrack cup with my ice in, y'all. Y'all, we have been in it for 1 year. Clint Speaks has been rolling for a whole year. And none of this could have been done without you all, the listeners, the lookers, everybody who's been here. Thank you. Big ups to you. Thank you so much for your love, dedication, and support. Round of applause. I'm gonna immediately pass this on to Clint because I want him to be. Actually, now I'm gonna pass this to LaDell so he can say how he feel. Then we're gonna let the man of the hours, say something last. The Tyler Perry of Clint Speaks. You know what I'm saying? But Clint,
no, I'm just. I'm listening to you. I'm excited.
Yeah. So we've been around for a year. I just want to say on my behalf, I didn't start from the very, very beginning. Clint added me on, brought me in, and I'm ever so grateful for him. I'm ever so grateful for this opportunity. I absolutely love what I do. I love being on Clint Speaks podcast. I love the platform. I love the foundation that's being made. How we're helping people, we're helping ourselves. I just absolutely love it, Clint. I mean, we here till the wheels fall off, brother.
Oh yeah.
So thank you. Happy 1 year anniversary to Clint Speaks.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
it.
Okay, I'll catch it. I'll just take that from you. Yeah. See, it's cool because one of the things I've always admired Brother Clint. I remember, the thing about it is from so many years and going back to one my fondest memory of Clint, and what really brings me into it is that every time we would be asking Brother Clint, to come in and act on something, and it's like to know that you have somebody who has superior acting skills, who really has these amazing talents, and it's like, and when you look at that, because I'll never forget the way things went on the Gone Viral movie, and it was like I was. It was a moment in there, and that's what brings me into Clint Speaks to really make me celebrate the moment. It was a moment in there where I was just like, let Clint go and do what he gonna do. Because you could feel in that moment. It's like, and he took it. It was two takes. One take, the first one, tore it up. And it was like, and I think somebody or something was in the background or whatever. But it was like, then here it is with the second take. And it's like, when I look at that scene, it still resonates with me. And that's why I knew at that moment exactly who Clint was. And I was like, man, it's like you knew something powerful was there, but you didn't know it was that powerful until you just, it left a residue. That scene left a residue. And even when I go back and look at Brother Clint doing that, it's a residue. And so when Brother Clint, God put on his heart to ask us to become a part of this, it was an automatic yes. Because I still look a couple of years prior, I still feel the residue. And then to know it's crazy because look, we were writing the characters. Now, when I was writing this thing, I did not even know that Brother Clint would be playing that role. And then the next thing you know, the character that his wife is in the script. I mean, her name is Dear in the script. And I'm like,
seriously?
And then he ended up married. I said, this is crazy.
What?
It's crazy. So it's been a ride. It's been a divine connection. It's been a ride. I've been able to come out and share things that I would never share live with anybody, and it's happened right here on Clint Speaks. So I'm looking forward to what's getting ready to happen next. So, Brother Clint, thank you for the platform. People don't know exactly who you are just yet, but they are gonna know. They ain't even heard your impressions yet. And we Can you talk to
Yes.
Can you talk to the people from a Denzel Washington perspective, sir?
Well, you know what?
I mean, he's so talented, y'all. This is a talented young man right here. And you know, LaDell told his story, so I guess I'll tell my story. When Clint and I started out acting in a play. We started out acting in Chad's play, and then I think both of us did you go forward with? I know I had to get out of the play.
Yeah, she had to get out
because I moved out of town. But then we ended up reconnecting in Bianca's play. And Clint, did you have 2 or 3 roles?
I had
in one play.
I had 2 roles in that one. I think it was 2. It was 2 roles in Bianca's play. It was 2 because I played the geeky dude and I played the husband that was cheating. So
Clint was the main character. He was one of the main characters. And he had a side part that he played as well. Now, for one, to be a main character takes a lot of tenacity. It takes a lot of endurance. It takes a lot of muscle memory. It takes a lot of skills just to even be able to land that lead role. So he pulled that off. And not only that, he had another whole role in the midst of the lead role and killed him. I didn't understand at first when I got there. I'm like, what? Who is this drunk dude on stage? He had this afro on and he was just sitting there just drinking. And so I had a supporting role because I was living out of town and I just came to support the place. So I was the hostess. So they said, just keep filling this cup up. Keep it. And I mean, Clint and I did not practice. I just, every time I look up, Clint would just turn his cup back around. I just refill. I said, who is this drunk dude? Man, Clint had me rolling. When I tell you, so skilled, multi-talented, and not only that, extremely humble. You know, when you get a lot of people who play these lead roles, and you get a lot of people who are known for their talent, a lot of times the pride takes over and you see pride before you see the person. It's never been like that with Clint. And that's why he's so successful. That's why Clint Speaks is so successful. And it's only growing and it's only getting bigger. Because you never let pride get in the way. You never let self get in the way. God always shines through. And God always knows who to connect. You know, God always connect the right people. And it just always felt like a free flow to me. It never felt like, oh my gosh, should I be doing this? Should I be connected with him? It just always felt right, you know, with me, Clint, and LaDell. And so when I tell y'all, the viewers, the listeners, man, you are blessed to have this man on this platform. Absolutely. And so I'm looking forward to so much more to come.
I appreciate
so many years to come, Clint. I'll do it over and over and over and over again. So without further ado, I want to take it to the man of the hour.
Well, I appreciate it, y'all. Look, I appreciate it, man.
Theme song coming soon.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all just made me feel like I got my flowers, man. I mean, you hear people and see people on Facebook like, man, give me my flowers now. Don't wait till I'm gone. Now, I appreciate the flowers, y'all. I do.
Yeah, of course.
Because you know, like when you come up, and because me and De'Ara had a real good talk today. It was like a serious talk, and she was like, Clint, why do you feel like people don't listen to you? Why do you feel like your opinion don't matter? And I just told her the things I've been through in my life and how I got treated, and she was immediately, Nikki, like, don't feel that way with me. Like, I listen to you. I value your opinion. So today I've been getting my flowers and I appreciate it. I got them yesterday with y'all. Y'all made my night, man. I'm talking about De'Ara got me the balloons and Nikki showed up in the black. I had black on. We didn't even discuss it. Look, LaDell, I know you was busy, but just for you to even chime in, man. Just to let me see that you was looking, man, that meant a lot to me, man. So y'all ride with me because people, if y'all don't know how the story goes or how it goes with Clint Speaks, started it last year, February, but it actually, the Clint Speaks part started in May the 11th. I came with the shirt and I was doing it by myself. And at first, y'all, I was doing Wednesdays and Sunday nights. And then I started recording podcasts. I just started doing Wednesday nights and I started doing the podcast episodes like we're doing now. And it just got to the point to whereas it was on me real heavy. You don't, this is not for you to do by yourself anymore. And that's one reason why I got rid of the Sunday nights, because you're going by yourself for an hour and a half, and during that time, people weren't just giving me feedback as heavy. They would give me feedback, but man, God knew. I give him all the glory, all the honor. He knew that the load was going to get heavier, and I needed help, and I appreciate the help. And I remember like it was yesterday. It was on me like female, male. You need a female, you need a male. Strong female, you need a strong male. But the female's got to be strong, and she's got to be sharp. Now, I know plenty of females. I know plenty of males. Everybody can't get a turn. And right now, and that's something that y'all never discussed with you, Nikki or LaDell. I can't, even y'all said it. I'm trying to get my words right. Even y'all said this. Everybody can't go. No. So Nikki and LaDell is like, okay, like Nikki said, until the wheels fall off, when we go to the store and get some more, we go ride some more.
Right.
Because this is y'all's spot, man. So I'm asking God, and I know there are people that are looking. Do not let us offend you when we say God, when we say Jesus. That's just who we are. Yeah. That's he's a part of us. We're a part of him. We're nothing without him. That's our belief. But just hear what we're saying. Hear what we're saying. I prayed and I asked God, I need you to show me. I know, Holy Spirit, you lead and you guide us into all truth. I need truth right now. Who am I going to rock with? Who's going to rock with me? I need to know. And I remember I was going half-hearted at it, y'all. And one day I just got serious. Like, you got to show me. You got to show me, because I kind of see what's about to happen. I need help. And I put a post up, just a post, and I'm always posting so I can go back and look at it later on, because I'm a big believer, Nikki and LaDell. I want to go back and look the following year at what I did last year, because I don't believe in staying in the same spot.
Wow.
I prayed and I put the post up about me having some downloads. We're at this milestone now. And I'm always saying we, like y'all was already with me. I just don't know who it was. Nikki responded, because I was like, hey, I know it may not be much to people, but hey, I don't despise small beginnings. And Nikki chimed in. She was like, man, what you talking about? This major, bro. And I'm like, that's her. That's her. So I'm like, but I got to call her. I don't know if I had Nikki's number in my phone, or I don't know even how I got in contact.
I think you inboxed me. No, you wrote on the comment. You responded to my comment and said, hey, I need to talk to you about something.
Okay. So
and you inboxed me. And I think we already had each other number.
Okay. That's what it was, because I got your number in there twice. Okay. All right. So I called Nikki. And me and Nikki was on the phone for about 30 minutes, man. I mean, it was like she was ready to go from the jump. Now, mind y'all, me and Nikki never really had a real conversation. Wow. We was just in the same rehearsals together. We was on the same stage together. That was it. Rehearsals mostly. And, one night on the stage, and we can't converse then. But, man, just to find out that she's led by the Spirit of God. I mean, just... wholesome wife, wholesome mother, and knowledgeable, strong, because people, and I told her, I said, I was looking for someone, I wanted somebody that was going to be strong, because as y'all see, just thinking about it, we're not going to call it a name, but we got some strong people that come on, some alpha males, some alpha females. So it's like, hey, Nikki, handle them. I don't even have to say a word.
She got them.
So, So I told Nikki, I was like, okay, well, I appreciate it. I'm going to let you go, let you have your night. And I said, I'm about to call LaDell now. She's like, okay. So Nikki didn't tell me at the time. So I called LaDell, and LaDell just was like straight to the point, like, hey, sir. In so many words, you ain't got to go any further. Just let me know what you need. I'm like, God, are you serious? It gonna come together like this? And Nikki told me later on, she was like, outside of my husband, that's my bestie, my male bestie. I'm like, are you serious? She was like, yeah. And I'm like, I didn't know that. So the two people that God put on my heart, y'all looking at them now, they've been rocking with me for months. and it's coming up on a year for them. Trust me, De'Ara will go back to my videos and see where it was the first time they, we recorded or whatever. And but either way, I'm appreciative of y'all. I mean, when y'all talk about talent, and I know we're supposed to take a commercial break. As a matter of fact, we're going to pause just for a second for a commercial break. We'll be right back with you. And we're back. So as I was saying before the commercial break, you're talking about talent. LaDell and Nikki, I mean, I appreciate them giving me my flowers. And if y'all don't know what I'm doing, I'm just keeping record of some stuff here. But either way, man, I look at, and I always start with the ladies first. I look at how Nikki was doing her lines. I remember when we was at this building off of Poplar, and we was rehearsing for Chad's play. And I'm looking at how clear she spoke. And I noticed one thing. I never said nothing, but there was some profanity in her lines, and she was blotting them out and replacing them with the clean words. I'm like, oh, she don't use profanity. Okay. But she was so smooth with it. It was like it just rolled right in. It didn't sound bad. And Quita was doing the same thing. She wasn't cussing. It was like, I was like, okay. So it made me feel better just being around those two, because and I never figured why do we have to use that anyway. But anyway, that's another story. But either way, and it's cool. It's cool. I mean, it's acting. I mean, hey, it goes on. But I felt comfortable around them because I'm like, man, now I don't, because I felt out of place. I ain't never told Nikki, y'all, but when I'm in this profanity that's in my lines, I feel like, and people would ask me like, that I go to church with and family and friends, they be like, man, why you ain't tell me about it? I never told nobody because I don't want y'all to hear me using that. So, but Nikki and them made me feel comfortable outside of her being talented. I'm talking about the dancing. I'm gonna tell you something else, LaDell. You remember me and you when we did the photo shoot a few weeks back, and Nikki did this move where she pointed, she squatted down and LaDell was like, look at that. It was like, it's just natural with her, man. The dancing, she was doing moves. I'm like, man, she's multi-talented too.
How you did that.
Now, LaDell,
it's God.
Oh my God, man! Like you talking about acting too, because he does that, man. I was looking at the superhero video. That was one of the first things I saw with LaDell, but I did not know he sang.
Oh no.
I'm talking about playing the organ, then singing and putting pieces. I'm like, man, you talking about multi-talented. But the thing that, and I know I'm speaking for Nikki on this too, the thing that gets me and her with LaDell is his heart for the community and the children. That is something, you can see it in his eyes and his facial expression when something goes wrong with the community or the children. Somebody misused the children or a child gets in trouble. I don't care if they're just flat out just bad, how we put it, just bad, no home training, no guidance. He still looks at it in a different light, like that's still a child, that's still the youth. And you don't get that with a lot of people. You get people who are over the youth that you find out they molesting them and they touching them. You never will hear nothing about LaDell because there's nothing to tell in that area. He's strictly God-driven with these children and has been for years, to the point to where parents trust him. And Prince, if I had to drop Prince off, I would feel good and be like, me and De'Ara can go out and eat and go do what we do because I know he's in good hands. That's the type of dude he is. It's when you see him, it's pure. Like it's you don't get this mask, Nikki, and you know that. You don't get this representative. This is who he is. This is just a clean cut dude that was, and you have to give honor to his mother, because he said his dad went around. You have to give honor to his mother, like she raised. I mean, she did a heck of a job. I mean, so y'all, I appreciate the flowers, but I have to give y'all flowers back.
I appreciate
y'all, and I'm not. I don't just love y'all. I'm crazy about y'all. So anytime there's You know, when we y'all and here's a transparent moment. Y'all, we got to do an episode on transparency because I feel that it's really hard to help people unless you're transparent. If you just come with a Sunday message all the time, you're not going to hit that person all the time. Sometimes people want to know, like, what did you do? Like, because I'm going through depression right now. I'm going through financial issues. And if you've never had that, you can't help. You don't know what it's like to like, dang, man, either just struggle or I used to have this and now I'm here. People can't relate to you. Have you ever gone through anything in your marriage or your relationships? Or have you ever been cheated on? Have you ever cheated? People, this is what we're about. And I did not know at the time, you know, to capacity, who was with me, like in these two. Like, we've never done a podcast. None of us ever done a podcast before. And we were literally celebrated on last night, y'all. And if y'all only knew, and I'm gonna give this back to Nikki, if y'all only knew the fun that we have, not just doing the episodes, in between episodes, before we do an episode, it's like we have, it's just fun to the point to where we all have talked about wanting to be in one spot, just to be around each other, man. It is a bond that was strictly orchestrated by God, y'all. So I'm grateful for y'all. I am. But Nikki, I'm gonna put it back into your hands. But before we do, we're gonna take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with you all. And we're back. Nikki, how you feeling?
I'm great. I do have a question for you. Sure. And I'm sure it's for the viewers. So that day that you woke up in February and you went live for the first time, what was on your mind? What gave you that push to actually do it that day? And my second question that I want you to answer is, what made you want to speak?
When I was, what made me go live that day, when me and De'Ara met, my wife, when we met, she told me, she was like, I went on your page and she said, I saw your video. And I'm like, what video? And she said, you had on the white shirt and you were speaking. You were just basically, you went live and you was talking. And she said, man, you got something there. And I'm like, yeah, because I've ministered in churches. I've spoken in schools, and she didn't know that. And I told her, I want to be a motivational speaker. I mean, I want to take it as a business, not just speaking, in different places. I want to do it as a business. And she said, Clint, you need to do that more often, man. And I'm like, okay. And she had been telling me, Nikki, that for 2 years. She was like, I think you can do this. And I know you can do it. Look at, I can't think of the guy's name, Trent Shelton, the ex-football player. She was like, he does it. And she said, Clint, you just as good as he is. And she said, I'm not putting him down, but Clint, you got something. And I'm like, okay. And she kept telling me, Nikki, off and on, it wasn't a push. She didn't even get on my nerves doing it. It was just so sporadic, and it'll come out of anywhere. She was like, Clint, when you go do it, because I really believe you can do it. So one day, I didn't even tell her. I just hit the live button on Facebook. I didn't even know what I was doing. I don't know if I had put a title up. And I just started talking. And I want the people that, when you're listening to what I'm about to say, do not listen with a heart like, okay, he bragging on himself, because I'm not. But it's just like me looking at my skin, and I'm a black man. It's like me looking at my hair, and I know my hair is black. So I got to tell the truth. I can just put a mic up to my mouth, mic or not, phone or not, and I can just speak. And my wife said, everybody can't do that, Clint. You don't even go by a script. Nothing is scripted with you. Like, if y'all see me using my phone to take down some things, I'm just taking some notes now. That's all I got. I don't have a paper pen. And I know that's God. I don't give myself no glory for that. So I just went live that day, Nikki, that night. And she didn't even know. She came from the back and she was like, you live? And I'm like, yeah. And she tried to ease to the back. And she's like, why you didn't tell me? I was like, because I get tired of procrastinating. And that's why I went live. I just hit the button. And I said, I got to start somewhere. And that was my heart, Nikki. I said, I got to start somewhere instead of waiting on the perfect opportunity or the perfect time. Let's do it now. And I just had the phone that night. So what made me want to speak was, I remember playing ball in school. Me and LaDell were just talking about this. I played ball at Tresman from grades 9 through 12. And I knew I wanted to do that for the rest of my life. Long story short, and I'll get into the story later on, but when I saw that I wasn't going to go pro, because I actually made a college team before. When I saw that I wasn't going to go pro, it hurt me and I was lost. So that's why I started speaking. It was like I feel and I know that my ministry, Nikki, is gifts, talent, passion. That's going to be my main message in everything, because a lot of people don't know why they were born. A lot of people don't know what they're passionate about. And it's crazy that, and I'm saying crazy not as a put down, but it's crazy that when I started speaking, because I went to a school, I had a school, I was an AFLAC agent, and everybody knew me as the AFLAC man. And one time a teacher asked me, you mind if I ask you a question? I was like, nah, go, what you got, man? I'm thinking it's about insurance. He said, I want you to speak to my class. And Nikki, I'm like, I'm the insurance agent. Why you? I'm saying this within myself, but I'm telling him, yeah, I'll do it. And within a week, he called me. He said, man, it's been a change of plans. So I'm thinking, okay, so they didn't cancel. He was like, nah, can you speak to the entire school? Wow. I'm like, high school? He's like, yeah, everybody, the teachers, everybody. And I was like, I'll do it. And never heard me speak. To this day, I do not know why. From a natural perspective, I don't know why that dude asked me to speak. Yeah. And I was praying and I asked God, what am I going to tell these people? Now, there was a slight fear because you're talking about high school students. And I haven't been speaking in a while, because you got to remember, I'm, going through divorce and some stuff. But anyway, he said, talk to them about gifts, talents, and passion. And didn't have anything wrote down. I just went off the whim. I danced with them. I laughed with them. I had them laughing. And I talked with them about their gifts, their talents, their passions. And Nikki, believe it or not, this is the era of technology, text message, email. They hand wrote me letters. Wow. And I still got them to this day. They thanked me for coming, and they said I was the best speaker they've ever had. And people were asking me, students, when are you coming back? We enjoyed you. We like you. And I knew then, I said, this something with this. So what De'Ara saw was basically, stemming from that moment, because I knew then it was God showing me, this is what I want you to do. And when I went through my financial storm, divorce, and all of that, I believe it or not, Nikki, y'all heard this saying, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I honestly wouldn't wish what I went through on my worst enemy. So that's why I speak now. That's why I do it. So to answer your question, that's why I speak, and I'm passionate about it. If somebody were to ask me, as long as I'm not interrupting De'Ara's business, can you come? And I'm there. So when LaDell is asking me, man, but Clint, we got this part, I'm there. Like, Nikki, you saw, like, hey, I'm at rehearsal, like, I'm there. Like, if I can speak to a crowd, even if it's in a play, I'm there. Like, that's what's in me. And that's why I ended with you all, because I have to walk in humility, because I know where I am now. Even when I went through the COVID, man, I'm here because of God. And I ain't just talking about a God. I'm talking about the Most High God. I'm talking God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. I will not turn my back on that. I don't care what a church does to me, Nikki and LaDell. I don't care what the church folk do, what they don't do. I'm in Christ, man. The Holy Spirit has been a little friend to me, literally. Because when I was laying in the back room, literally dying, y'all, and it's bad. I can't say I was smelling myself, like physically smelling myself, but when you can't take a bath, when you can't turn over without losing your breath, I couldn't turn from my side to my back without losing my breath. And it felt like I was dying. And my wife told me later on, she said, Clint, I used to go in the laundry room and just cry. She said, because you look so bad, and I didn't want to see you die. I didn't know if I was going to lose you or not. I take all that into consideration, and I say the devil messed the crap up, let me live, because Clint Speaks, I'm speaking, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm speaking, and I'm giving his kingdom hell.
Yes, sir.
Every chance I get. Every time LaDell has told me that he lost not him, but a child that he used to mentor.
Yeah.
End up that they're gone. You know, every time Nikki said that she's had some situation to come up, and Nikki don't talk much about her business, but for her to even open up, I'm giving the devil's kingdom hell every time. Every time I turn this microphone on, I want him to be like, "Oh my God, man! Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Yes, Nikki is here. Yes, LaDell is here.
Yes, sir.
We here. We Clint Speaks. It ain't just Clint. We are Clint Speaks, and we ain't going nowhere." And I've told them on many occasions, we laugh about it, but I tell them ain't no divorcing.
Oh no.
Well, y'all ain't going nowhere.
Y'all ain't going nowhere. We can be, and I'm gonna say it like I want to say it. We can be pissed off with each other. We can be ticked off. I don't care. Disclaimer, and y'all know me. There's 2 words I use. Nikki messes with me all the time. I'm gonna use disclaimer and respectfully.
Respectfully,
y'all ain't going nowhere, and I ain't going nowhere. I appreciate y'all, man. I do. I appreciate the listeners, y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Love you, sir.
Yes, sir. So we just want to again just say happy anniversary, happy 1-year anniversary. I'm talking about this is just the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, I could talk for a whole nother 30 minutes just on Clint alone and everything that he's doing. We're not gonna hold y'all too long. Clint, I just want to say I love you, man. I'm grateful. I am so grateful for you creating this platform for us. Because I'm sure I can speak for LaDell as well. Like, we are really healing on here. We're helping people, but we're healing. Like, y'all don't know the behind the scenes. Like, we've literally, once we've gotten off a podcast, I mean, it's quiet for just like a few seconds. We just sitting here like, man,
oh man,
and it's like layers are just shaved off of us. And yeah, you know, I've seen both of my brothers shed tears. You know what I'm saying? And I say that in my Clint voice, respectfully, because you don't see many men being able to do that, and that's how I know it's such a therapeutic blessing that God's blessed us with. I mean, who can say that they can do something? They love what they're doing. They're speaking their truth. They're letting stuff out that they never would have let out before. They're healing. They're helping other people. They're doing God's work. And I mean, who else? That's a blessing.
It is.
That's a blessing. So
it is.
I just say congratulations, LaDell. I know you probably want to say something to Clint, so I'm gonna shut up. I just want to say thank you. I love you, and happy anniversary to us. Doggone it, we in there.
Thank you. I love y'all too. I love y'all too.
I'm like, bro, Clint, look, I can't follow behind that. all I can say is I'm excited, looking forward to many more and seeing what's about to happen, because there is a uptick. You can feel it, and this is our season, you know. And I say that for Clint Speaks, this is our season. We finna, it's going down. That's all I can tell you. So world, y'all better watch out. Here it comes.
They better
watch out.
They better. The first thing we gonna do is take Memphis by storm, and it's gonna spread, because it's already going there. But they don't understand we finna take them by storm. Every time you look around, you go see and hear Clint Speaks, and you go hear Nikki's voice, you go hear LaDell's voice, you go hear my voice. So we ain't going nowhere. We all have been through some stuff to where we can say, man, listen, we wanted to give up. Everybody has been there in something where you want to give up. Your marriage, where you want to give up, you know, job where you want to, you just go through things, man. But this is, like Nikki said, I can't say it any better. It's therapeutic for us. So I'm like LaDell, I ain't gonna come behind Nikki on that one. So with that being said, this is Nikki Dance Angel, LaDell Beeman, and Clint with Clint Speaks, and we're out, y'all.